Good morning. Um, yeah, the depression has been bad. And this week's card is moving from the core, which is about trusting your gut and um, listening to yourself and to your guides and really kind of immersing yourself in your spirituality. Um, I pick a daily card and I'm just getting a lot of repeating cards. It's really kind of funny. And so I did a little bit of research last night trying to figure out what all of that means. Why do I continue to get the same cards over and over again? I get the Seven of Discs a lot, which is Pence. I get, um, for sure, the Magician a lot. I get the Chariot a lot. Um, and So I was kind of curious as to what that means. I'm going to start actually really meditating on the magician for sure. I get that one so often that I have decided to use that as my querent card, which is when you're doing a reading, um, the card that you use to represent yourself in the reading. And it just, because it just comes up so often and all the time. By the way, this is Witch Michelle, and this is Makeup and Magic because I only have 5 weeks of my shadow work cards to work through. So I figured then better start calling it something different so that we can actually, continue on with the process. So if you're watching on my YouTube channel, it'd be really great if you would just like the the channel or subscribe to the channel and like the video, maybe have a conversation, share it with your friends, and really trying to grow that channel a bunch. So I am really curious as to why. Why do I keep getting those same cards? So incubation was the card for today, which I got already like this week, like before I even started on the weekly card. I got incubation, and this card is all about going inward, taking your hands off the driver's seat because this is when you're at your most vulnerable. And the card has on it as its representation a bear, a female bear in the woods that is pregnant and hibernating for the winter. But it's also it's got a spirit bear around it to protect it, and those are like the spirit guides or ancestors for that bear to protect it while it's in the hibernation period. So when I see this card, I pretty much know that I'm really kind of, after all the work I've done, in a time of just relaxation, taking it all in, absorbing the nutrients of the practice that I have been involved in since May, and just, you know, getting ready for the next phase is how I kind of feel it is, because that's really what's happening. I've got 5 weeks left of this. Not that, I mean, I think I will always take at least, um, every 90 days a look, and I'll put that in my journal to prompt me to actually dive into my shadow again and see what's up. Um, but I think right now I'm supposed to just be absorbing my practice of what I've learned and where I've been, and where I'm going and how far I've progressed. Because don't you know that when you're doing stuff like this, you're doing really hard work on yourself, and maybe you're in therapy, maybe you're not, maybe you're doing it yourself. Kudos. Um, you've gotten on medication and you're really starting to level out your brain a little bit. It's hard work, and you need time to just sit with what you've learned. And we all, I think, tend to look at where we are and what we've done, and don't look at how far we've come in the practice that we're in. And so we tend to be really hard on ourselves and not give ourselves credit for how far we've come. And I know for sure that's me. I think about more about, like, I lost it. I knew something was coming earlier this weekend, I think like Friday last week actually, I lost it with Steven and I yelled at him for no reason. I mean, it was just a really stupid argument. It was my old self coming up. So I kind of knew, and something's up. I am really not doing well. I don't know why I'm freaking out the way I'm freaking out. And so I knew something was coming, but I wasn't quite sure what that something was. And so when the meltdown happened at Publix the other day, it really doesn't surprise me because I knew it was coming. So, and partially that's because I'm not giving myself enough credit for the from where I've come and for what's happening in my life and what's happening in the planet. And somebody had said something the other day about, oh, you shouldn't be all caught up in what's happening and don't, blame that on how you feel because you have control. And I'm just going to tell you, maybe that's how it is for the person who wrote that. And I know that this person has really good intentions when they're talking to me, but that's not how it really is. And so I don't look at it like I have tons of control over it. I look at my mental illness like any other illness that anybody else takes medication for. And I look at it like I have like something really wrong and I have to take meds to make it be better. And I'm not going to beat myself up when stuff like this happens. So, I don't think that it's just me. I just don't. And I don't think that I have control over all of it. I mean, you have control over yourself, but you don't have control over what your brain is doing to you. So, you know, give yourself a little bit of a break. So, repeating cards. Why do we get them? What's the deal there? And from my research that I did yesterday looking at that, I realized that it's a lesson. There's a serious lesson in a repeating card. So really what I need to be doing right now is looking at what is the lesson. And so what does the magician say? Because that's the one that comes up most of all for me over and over again. So what is the magician saying? The magician is saying you have everything that you need at your disposal. You have the tools to make things happen the way you want them to happen. You know what to do. You know how to put it into practice. You just need to do it. And I think that has a lot to do with my spirituality. I think it has a lot to do with my work. I think it has a lot to do with how I control myself. I think it has to do, and I mean, when I say control myself, I mean with my anger and whether or not I'm going to respond to something or whatever. So I think taking the time to actually, really look at that magician card and try to suck up whatever it is it's trying to teach me is super duper fucking important. And I think if you get repeating cards, you should probably do the same thing. So what I did was I actually pulled all my magician cards out of my 3 different decks yesterday, and it's just really kind of crazy at how different each one looks. And then if you have like a Rider-Waite deck, it's even more crazy because it doesn't look well. I guess the Rider-Waite one looks more close to this one. The thing about this card is that it's a balanced card. You have light and dark. The god and goddess are represented in this card. He is the epitome, and it's the number 1 card, which is my life path number. So it's not, I guess it's really not that funny that this card comes up for me over and over again. I don't feel much like I'm good at my fucking practice as far as being a magician and wielding my magic. I don't know, why that is and why I feel that way, but I just don't think that I am all that in a bag of chips where my magic is concerned. And so I need to take a moment and kind of like try to figure out what this card's trying to teach me. The other card is from the shadow work the tarot of transformation. And this one is the magician and also called master of conscious creation. It's so different, right? I mean, you've got that one. Ugh. And you've got that one. Look at the difference in those cards. It's just kind of crazy. But still, this one is actually, I mean, he's wielding magic and it's in a spiral around him and it comes from inside of him, you see. Inside is where the magic is coming from, and he's standing at the at a mountain where mountains in tarot are traditionally about the unknown and what's happening, but he's juggling that stuff. He's really in control of whatever he's trying to manifest because he knows he's got all the tools and he's working very confidently. This is my Light Seeker deck, which is rapidly becoming my favorite deck. Georgiana says she can't watch it this time, but she's in a repeating card loop as well. Most recently the Hermit, three times in 4 days. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, let's think about what the Hermit means. I hope you can come back and listen to this. But the Hermit is an observer and is seeking guidance inwardly, but able to look at things from a different perspective than most people can. Has their light standing on top of the mountaintop looking down. It's actually almost the opposite of the Fool card because the Fool is just going and ain't paying any attention, and that one foot is off that cliff and he is moving but not paying attention to where he's going to go. And so there's danger in that. But the Hermit is actually seasoned. It's an older person. The Fool is young and starting out, and the Hermit has seen some shit and is looking down from his vantage point going, okay, let me just check some shit out to make sure that I know what's coming next. And I think that that's probably where you are, and it's telling you to start paying attention to stuff and look at things from a different vantage point than what you've normally looked at them before. See, it's so funny how you can read for somebody else, but you really can't read for your fucking self. And that's how I feel about the stupid Magician card, because it's like, what the fuck? That card always messed with me when I got it. So did the Chariot card, by the way, which is another one that I get all the time. Like, what does this even mean? I don't even get this card in the normal sense of the thing, but now I got to read it for myself. But this is the Transformation Tarot, the Magician card. Holy fucking bullshit, man. Do I love this card. I love everything about this card. And much like the Magician card in the Robin Wood deck, this card also has the infinity sign on it. This magician is wielding it in his hand. The other one has it right at his third eye where his hoodie is. And how fucking cool is that? I just think that that's kind of amazing. So the similarities are there. To me, when I look at the Magician card in the Light Seeker deck, he's alone in his practice. And he is actually really working on sending out the magic and bringing it back in. If you look at how it's coming from his hand and spiraling around and then it's coming back to him, I think that well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. You know, I've got the Incubation card, and the Magician card keeps coming up, and the Incubation is about being alone, processing, relaxing, resting, and then the Magician he's by himself. He's doing his thing, and he's sending stuff out and actually paying attention to what's coming so that he's ready, you know, to make the decision of what he's supposed to do. So when we get those repeating cards, I'm pretty sure we should pay attention to what the story is. And I think actually looking at the card, like really taking some time to study the card and see what jumps up at you, it's that infinity sign for me right now. I need to do a little research on that infinity sign and see why that's important to me for whatever reason, why it's popping up. So you take some time, you look at what's there. and then you decide, you know, what's important, what am I missing, what am I supposed to be learning in this lesson. It's been such a wild ride, and throughout the entire journey, I've had that repeating thing happening with my cards. But also, if I'm being totally honest, I've had repeating lessons because I refused to take what I've learned and put it into practice. I think at this point, I have actually been better about that and put those things into practice that I needed to, so that I would become a better person. I mean, when you're on a spiritual journey, let's be honest. What do we do it for? Do we do it because we think that that spirit or God or our guides or our teachers are our beck and call people? Or do we do it because we're trying to make our lives better, more fulfilling, and enriched? I mean, I guess it could be for any reason for you, but the whole point for me, ever since I can remember as a little kid, wanting to be involved in, and by the way, life path number one is all about seeking spirituality out and becoming, more disciplined in your practice. So I've always been drawn to spirituality. I've been to so many churches. I think I've lost count at how many fucking churches I've gone to. And, you know, so it's about making yourself a better person. It's about achieving some goals and doing things the way Spirit intended us to remind us about how connected we are to the planet and to each other. And I've said it a million times, even before I really understood what the fuck I was trying to say. I always look at our lives on the planet, all life, animals, people, fucking plants, rocks, rivers, streams, everything that is on the planet as connected, like with a little invisible spider web. I mean, that's how I feel it is. And a spider web usually is sort of round, and it connects back to itself at some place. Even if you're just a string, it's up, down, and it's connected to itself. And so I always felt like whatever whatever we send out on that web, those intentions go, and they get amplified as they hit the next person and the next person and the next person until it finally comes back and smacks you back. So it's kind of important to think about, what am I sending out on this web? What am I plucking the web with? Is it with peace and love and harmony and all that stuff, or am I just being a dick and petty and saying mean things about each other? I swear to God, guys, most of us that are connected through this social media thing and hang around each other in a spiritual capacity are not little children. We are grown ass fucking adults. And I see us behave in ways that remind me of when we were just little fucking kids. And the pettiness and the talking about each other and the grudges that we hold and try to pull other people into the same arguments that we're having with somebody else. I don't understand what we're doing when we do shit like that. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't know why we do it. I don't know why we think it's really important. Honestly, wait a minute. I kind of guess I do think I know why we do that. I think we do it as a distraction so that we don't have to think about our mortality and that things are ever going to end. That we can just be complete fucking assholes to each other and never have to worry about it, because what difference does it make? We're going to live forever, right? there's nobody that I can think of right now that I think deserves me holding a grudge with them for like the next, I don't know, however many years. Dudes, my grandmother and her sister on my mom's side did not talk to each other for 40 fucking years. They died estranged from one another. How motherfucking sad is that? Sisters never talked for 40 years. And I don't even really know. Everybody's dead. Maybe my cousin knows. I don't know why they didn't talk to each other. I never knew my aunt, my mom's aunt, my grandmother's sister. Never met her. Not once. How sad is that? And so when we miss these lessons that our cards are trying to tell us, or our spirit guides, or whatever, just think about that for a second. How fucked up is that? Honestly, guys, take your lessons to heart and just think about what you're learning and how important that is, and what really is important. What makes a difference? Why should you hold that grudge? Why should you stay mad? Why should you not try to fix whatever happens? We had people die in our community recently, and I was estranged from some people. And so I decided, well, let me fucking reach out to a couple people because they was closer to the person than I was. And when I reached out and said, gosh, man, I am so sorry for your loss, I was met with, go fuck yourself, man. I don't need your sympathy for my loss. I haven't thought about you in years, and I want you to not think about me for some years. Now go the fuck away. That's how we're going to behave when somebody in our tribe dies. We're not going to realize the preciousness of each and every one of us. I don't know, man. That seems a little fucked up to me. I mean, I'm going to honor that because it's not my path. And that's not me. That's on that person. So, you know, I can't make somebody decide that they want to have anything to do with me, or that, you know, they should say, oh, thank you or whatever. I mean, I wasn't asking to try to like, hey, let's hang out and have lunch or dinner together. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I was just trying to maybe take some heaviness off of somebody's heart. And that was not received well. And I think that that's a crying shame. So anyway, I thought this was going to take longer than it did, but I really don't have much else to say about it. I know that, like I said, I was going to, like, for sure do that Light Seekers Tarot when this is over in 5 weeks. I'm really kind of looking forward to that. I did figure out why I am so depressed right now. And it's kind of a convoluted story, but since I got time and I'm still putting my makeup on, I don't mind telling you. Some of you probably derped out already anyway. I can't ever see most of the comments that happen. But it's because there's been all this fucking drama with the last administration and all this fucking hate and stuff, you know, and so many people thinking it's fine to treat people that don't look like them, or who are women types, or who are gay, transgender, whatever. It's okay to hate different demographics of people. And we came right back to that. Like, it was gone for a minute, And then all of a sudden here we are, and we have all that. So we had all that, right? We had all of that shit happening, and then now we just couldn't wait for this shit to stop. I have an adult in the White House, and I thought to myself, what's going to change about that? I mean, those people are still going to hate. There are people that look at what's happening and think that the government did all this on purpose and just to install Kamala Harris as president, and that they're going to impeach or use the 25th Amendment against Biden as soon as he gets into office to put Kamala into office, because that's what they really had wanted all along. I mean, wouldn't she have won the nomination if that's what they wanted? I just don't understand it. And they think that it wasn't MAGA people that stormed the Capitol and terrorized everybody and broke things. And so I thought, yeah, tomorrow is the inauguration and it's over, but what changes? We're still going to have COVID. People are going to die today. People are going to contract it today. And it's going to happen tomorrow, and we still don't have vaccines, and I'm still going to be stuck in the house, and what difference does any of it make? And so that's where my depression came from. I figured it out. It took me a minute, but I got there. So I'm sure other people feel the same way. I'm not trying to like own all that for myself, because I know that it ain't just me. I think I'm going to put purple on today. Will that even make a difference? Now let's do this pinky. So that's where it was. That's what it is. Different day. Same shit. Nothing changes. Some people even think that our whole country is going to go to hell in a handbasket now. And I'm like, aren't we already there? I don't understand how we all see things so differently, and that also kind of fucking freaks me out, because how are we all like seeing things so differently? How did those people think it was okay to do what they did and storm that Capitol building and not think that there should be any ramifications for what they did? How do they not see that as breaking the law? How is that better than what Colin Kaepernick did? Why did we make such a big deal about the flag if we were just going to take it off the Capitol building, throw it on the ground, beat an officer to death with it, and install a Trump flag up there? How is that respecting the flag? How is that respecting police officers? Isn't that what we were supposed to do? And yet we went in there and we killed them. I don't know, dude. I don't understand any of it. So, Friday's coming, still haven't seen any questions from you guys. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Oh, anything that you actually want to discuss on? Oh, I didn't want to throw that away. On Friday, anything, or maybe tomorrow, that you want me to talk about when I do makeup and magic? I guess I should probably be more proactive about what I decide to talk about, because I haven't really even gave it much thought, and this is new anyhow. So I don't know. It'd be nice if you guys would chime in. I know you guys watch. I get, over 50 views every time I look at my page after I've done this. So I probably should ask that early on, because most of you probably dirt before we get that far. You know what I don't understand? This has nothing to do with magic. So I don't know if y'all know, but I work for a real estate company that's virtual and online. And on Tuesdays we have our company meeting, and we go to the virtual world to have the meeting. And it's 9:30 in the morning, and I don't have to even be in any clothes if I don't want to be. And I was 7 minutes late for the meeting today. How the fuck does that happen? So this is the magnetic liner. Oh God, you guys, I could wear these lashes every day. And also, it's a really good idea when you have all this depression. I guess men should start putting makeup on if they have depression. They probably think, yeah, Michelle, okay. I mean, you could at least put some tinted moisturizer on. It makes you feel a little better when you start throwing stuff on and dialing up a little bit. And yesterday, I decided to change up my entire skincare routine. I was like looking for some anti-aging shit. And just let me tell you, I have never been very good at putting and doing skincare routine, but that's going to be something that I'm like going to really be disciplined about because I sucked at it. So I bought a bunch of stuff. I'll bring that out tomorrow and show you guys what it is. And the lashes that I'm putting on in the eyeliner that I'm using is Moxie Lash. I have tried all sorts of different magnetic lashes, and I'm going to tell you, they are not created equal. Well, the lashes might be, but the liner is not. It's really super important what liner you use. They are not created equal. They do not hold up very well. They peel and they flake off. So it's really important that you use a quality liner, and it is a little expensive, but it's well worth the price. You can get kits to start yourself off, and then you can just go back and buy what you need later. I probably, even before I bought the Moxie Lash, I probably spent the same amount of money in cheap brands trying to see how they would work before I invested the $150 in my starter kit of the Moxie Lash. And that's so dumb. So anyway, you put that liner on, and depending upon what time of the year it is, because like right now it's winter and it's a little cold and it's a little dry, you need to let your liner dry before you try to put on your lashes, because if you do not do that, you will have liner attached to the magnet that will not come off, and then it will make it so that the lashes don't stick. Then Moxie Lashes, since I first started purchasing them, come out with an actual cleaner for your lashes so that they can last a little bit longer. And you might think to yourself, well, I'll just use makeup remover. Don't do that, especially if it has oil in it. If you can find an oil-free makeup remover to put on your lashes, then that's an okay thing. I forgot to bring my cleaner with me this time, and I actually used unscented baby wipes, and that worked just fine to get the residue off. You even want like to get some of the makeup from your, like, so you know, your eyeshadow and shit off of there, because that also inhibits the way that the lashes adhere to your liner. So it's really important. And if you take good care of them, you should get at least a good month's worth of wear out of them. And then you also want to try different styles. I'm going to show you all the ones I have while I'm waiting for the shit to dry once I get this eyebrow drawn on, because as you get older, your eyelashes get lighter, of course, just like your hair does, and they tend to thin out. And there's some really great eyebrow pencils now. It's not. I remember my grandmother using the Maybelline red one, that red line eyebrow pencil. Holy shit, man, it looked like some clown eyes that you drew on your fucking head. After I draw the stuff on, I go back and I just kind of brush it in so it doesn't look so drawn on. So it's hard to tell when you're on the Moxie Lash site, like, what lashes do I want? So I have right now Classy Lash, Flirty Lash, Sassy Lash, and Wifey Lash. I'm going to show you all of them. So this is the Classy Lash, which right now is my favorite because it's not like so super full and like boom in your face kind of thing. So those are the ones I kind of wear every day. flirty lash, I would wear these if I was going to go out someplace, or if I was going to go to work and later on I was going to be out. I'd probably wear these because they're a little more full. And I just want to call your attention to something too. These are like some of my original lashes, and you see there are 5 magnets on them. On these new ones that I just got, there are 10, and that's the more magnets, the better. Okay, so let me just keep showing you. And then Sassy Lash, which is my second favorite next to the Classy Lash, because it's about, you see they're closer. These are still a little fuller, but so yeah, I don't know, man. I might put those on today. Let's put those out to the side. And then Wifey Lash. These have 10 magnets also, and they're way fuller as well. I probably would wear these in a daytime look too. Honestly, I even have some that are colored, that are like, they're ombre blue and green, like mermaid lashes. And they have some that are this color too. So it's just really cool. I'm so totally stoked with my lashes. I just can't even begin to tell you. Also, so once you get that liner on, you want to let it dry, like I said, and then you're going to feel it and see if it's dry. If it's there any tackiness on your finger whatsoever, and use your ring finger to do that because it has the lightest touch. You kind of want to not be putting it on, because it's just going to, like I said, it's going to stick. And you really don't want that to happen, because that'll take some wear out of your lashes and you won't get to use them for very long. Let me get this liner drawn and I will tell you something else that you should do. This was all trial and error, dude. Like, you can get no instructions with them. And I had to just like learn what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. So you want to curl your eyelashes, and you want to put on a base coat of mascara too, because your lashes are not that dark, or at least mine aren't. And so that helps to actually blend your lash in. And they give you this. Do I have it? What I do with it? I don't really use it, but they give you a magnetic oh god, they're so cute, tweezers to put your lashes on with, and I don't like it. I mean, I guess I could like it, but I don't, because I don't think it actually, it doesn't help. To me, it just like catches the lash, and it kind of sticks to that, so it's not one of my favorite things. So I don't really use it. I just kind of use my fingers. It was kind of easier yesterday. Oh, that's my microphone. Better not move that away. To use it yesterday when I tried it. I don't know what I did with it. I can't believe I thought I put it right back in my shabangy box here, but I can't seem to find that. It's probably here on my desk somewhere, because Lord knows I lose it all the time. But you can grab it and then just place it on your, I would imagine any metal fucking tweezers would work. Let's see. Yep, they do. So it helps you kind of like place them right where you want them. Let me see how things are going, because I don't like to curl them until they're dry too, because shit sticks. Oh, look. Yep. Yep. Those are good. Those are good to go. Good to go. Okay. You also want to try to get the liner as close to your lash line as you possibly can. I didn't do so good on this one eye today, but it'll have to do, little pig. It'll have to do. Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. Oh my fucking god. $35 a tube, but worth its weight. I, I would have never thought in a million years. I was a Maybelline girl, the pink and green thing, for my entire fucking life. And then I found this mascara, and I loves it. And the trick with mascara is, I learned this from a drag queen. Get down really close to your lash line and wiggle it, and then pull it up. Because it really gets more of the mascara down close to the bottom, and then you can do your little fan up thing. If I was not going to put lashes on today, I would let this dry, and then I would put on a second coat and do the tops of them too, but I'm throwing lashes on, so who cares? Sometimes when I'm doing this, I poke my damn self in the eye. Because I'm old, I'm not one of them little 22-year-old broads that puts on their makeup like a little pro. But I do take some years off my fucking kisser when I do this, so that's a good thing. Dudes, I don't know if I said anything about it, but man, and this has nothing to do with magic either. Y'all know I'm a real estate agent. That real estate agent that went up to the Capitol building pissed me the fuck off. I'm just going to tell you right now. Okay, so I'm going to put some on my bottom lashes too, but I ain't going to do that right now because I want to get the top lashes on before I'm like, you know, doing stupidity. So here's the thing with these lashes, okay? There's one side, the side closest to my pinky finger there. Ugh. You can't see. See, that's a shorter than this side over here. So that's the side you want to go to your outer lash. So that's for this one right here. Maybe I'll use that fucking thingy. I can't believe I don't know where my other one is. It's just crazy. I'm gonna just try to lay it right on there as best I can and then tap it into place. When the time comes that you shouldn't be wearing them anymore, really derpy things happen, like they fly out so that they're like sticking straight out from your head. It's not pretty. Yeah, these are getting close to timeout time. I can just tell by the way they're coming off of the fucking box there. It's just crazy how they fucking just snap right on your eye. I'm just gonna tell you, so much easier than putting on the ones with the glue. I think probably because you have to be fast with that glue. Oh, see, I'm not sure, dudes. This one is starting to pop. I might have to go to the other ones. So, bye bye, sassies. They are not sticking. I kind of had a feeling when I looked at them, and when I have a feeling, you gotta listen. Yep, these are good. This is the classy lash today, kids. And these are almost ready to be recycled too. I guess I better get on the website today and buy me some new ones. Oh my God, I love them so much. It just, because as you get older too, you get sparser. Oh, so good. So good. All right, let me get that bottom mascara on and then I'll finish it up. Yeah, if you don't get that mascara or that liner down low enough, I mean, probably nobody else would notice, but I can see that it's not perfect even with the lashes on. And I didn't bring it over here with me, but I'm going to put some Kat Von D pressed powder on. I am also loving my It Cosmetics. I'm so embarrassed to show you. My It Cosmetics foundation. This is so good. It's just awesome shows. I am still not super duper excited about how this looks. I'm also going to use some Too Faced highlighter. So pretty, right? But not until I get my Kat Von D shit on. Kind of just want to throw a little more of this. This is just translucent powder just to kind of sort of set and give me a little bit of highlight. This is also Kat Von D. All right, I think that's it. I can't do the rest with you here because I left it in my bag and I don't want to make you wait. And we've been on for 47 minutes, so tell me what you want to talk about tomorrow.